Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at the Carlisle Ford Nationals in Pennsylvania, and we have another rare, iconic Mustang for you. This is a 1995 Cobra R, a Mustang Cobra R, just one of 250. But before we dive into this R model of a Mustang, let's talk a little bit of history about what the heck is going on. So when you hear R, obviously R is going to stand for race. It's going to be that utmost level of what Ford is bringing to the table when it comes to the Mustang platform. Now the great news is, here at the Ford Nationals, we actually have a lineup of the three specific generations of the Mustang Cobra R. Now, when you hear Cobra, a lot of times you think of Carroll Shelby. These Cobras have nothing to do with Carroll Shelby. This is something with SVT. What does that stand for? Special Vehicle Team. That is what Ford Performance is now. So when you think of the GT500, the new GT500, when you think of the new Ford GT, the Shelby GT350, the 350R, the outgoing Ford Focus RS, Focus ST, and Fiesta ST, and the Raptor, those are all Ford Performance vehicles. Just like these are SVT vehicles. Same exact thing, just a little different acronym, different name. They wanted to kind of bring a little bit better brand identity. Now, when you go R on this SN95, we're talking about extra horsepower, extra braking capability, and extra handling performance. So it's not just a brake package and a different sway bar. We're talking about more horsepower, 300 horsepower underneath the hood. Now, what's funny is when I say 300 horsepower, you probably have a Toyota Camry. It's got a little bit more than 300 horsepower. But guess what? Back in 1995, this was one heck of a barn burner, and this is that 5-liter V8 engine, that pushrod V engine. It's a Windsor engine, Windsor V8. Now, if you're wondering why they call it a Windsor, here's a little fun fact for you. Windsor is the location of where the factory is, where they build the engine. If you go back many years, there was Cleveland. You could get a Cleveland V8 in your Mustang, or you could get a Windsor V8. Cleveland was made at that facility in Cleveland, and Windsor was made at the facility in Windsor. So really kind of cool to share some of that terminology with you and why they call things, you know, a certain name. But let's go ahead, enough with the chit chat, let's go ahead and dive into this 1995 Cobra R. Right off the bat, SN95 styling. When we say SN95, we're talking about 1994, the year that I graduated high school, all the way to 2004. The generation before that was the Fox body Mustang. And what's awesome is right next to this is that 93 SVT Cobra R. But back, focusing your attention on this 95, you can see the styling that was going on. Everything was very rounded during this time period. Things were getting very, very rounded, especially the SN95 Mustang. Out back, what Ford decided to do is, you know, today when you look at a new Mustang, you have the vertical bar, the triple bar slot taillights. This was horizontal, that iconic Ford badge, and then very slim for the time period pedestal spoiler. This is a functional piece. It's got a nice little kick up at the back. As I come across the rear bumper cover, we got our SVT badge, the Mustang name stamped in. And remember, when we say SVT, we're talking about Special Vehicle Team. This is all about performance. Simple, one exhaust on each side, nice slash cut, gonna give us that traditional 5-liter pushrod V8 engine, V8 sound. Now, as we come around the bend, one of 250, let's see what we're working with wheel and tire stuff. Now, what's awesome is that 495, they came out with these specific Cobra R wheels, just a 5-star wheel. Love the design, love the metallic silver. You got your R badge, even though it's upside down, with the Cobra there. And like I said, when you see the Cobra, it's not about Carroll Shelby. This is about the Ford Cobra. Now, this is a 17-inch wheel, so we were not even close to 18, 19, 20-inch wheels. You're looking at 255 on the width, which really, there's a lot of cars that actually have a thicker tire up front. This is out back, but this is what we were working with at the time on this particular vehicle. Now, coming down the side, you do have a vent scoop on this side area, and then you'll notice the interior. Now, it may not be up to 21st century standings, but the great news is you're gonna get rear seat delete, you're gonna get radio delete, and AC delete, which is gonna make this car obviously lighter. Now, coming down, continuing down the side, you can see the side sill, the way the side sill extends on that area. And If you're wondering, well, Joe, what kind of acceleration do we get out of this? You're looking at 0 to 60 about 5.2 seconds, quarter mile in about 13.8. Nothing today that's going to be mind-blowing, but during this time period, this vehicle brought the business. We're going to keep working our way down the side. You have flat black on your mirror caps. No need for an antenna because there's no radio inside, and then we're going to have our Cobra badge there. Love the nice simple touches, nothing too gaudy. This car also has a fuel cell on it. What that means is that that's going to be better for racetrack so that the fuel is not sloshing around. Also for safety reasons, you know, you don't want to have a fuel tank because a tank can erupt in a wreck and actually spill fuel all over the hot exhaust, and then your Mustang blows up. This has a fuel cell for those types of protection, but also to help with the handling. Now, underneath all four corners, you're going to get revised shock absorbers, springs, and thicker anti-roll bars. That's going to allow this Cobra R to out-handle your regular 1995 Mustang GT. Up front, same obviously wheel design. Now, what are we working with on the width? You're looking at 255 as well. So all four corners, 255 on the width, and this is what we were talking about performance-wise. It's a 45 series sidewall coming around to the front of the vehicle. You could see the touches that they made to make this a Cobra R, because when we say R, we're talking about more performance. Now, here's your standard headlight housing, and this is what I was talking about. Everything was sort of getting a little more rounded. On a Fox body Mustang, it was a little bit more squared off. Down below, these are functional brake cooling ducts. They actually took out the fog lamps and made that a brake cooling duct. And then you can see how just simple, no actual, you know, grill design. You just have this open area that's going to bring cool air for the radiator. You have your Mustang there, and then down below you also have your functional space as well. Underneath the hood, that V8 engine really going to bring the performance, and it's made it to a 5-speed manual only transmission. Now, during this time, having the competition from the Camaro, especially like the Z28, that was something that was really the go-to for a lot of GM performance fans. It was nice to have this Cobra R, especially with the unique hood. You have a fiberglass hood, very unique to this specific car. You can see the body lines and the extra height that you're getting because of the intake plenum. It would be nice if I could pop the hoods on these, but because of the pandemic, they're not allowing us access to the inside or underneath the hood. But you know me, I'm still gonna bring it to you the best that I can, and in 95, this is what we were talking about, Ford performance. One of just 250 examples, only available in white. And that's the interesting thing, is that when you look at the 93, that one was available only in red. The 2000 Cobra R, Mustang Cobra R, was only available in red. This was only available in white. If you watch Mecum, the Mecum Auto Auctions, I've seen these go across the stage with, you know, in the wrapper, very low miles. They're fetching around $50,000, $60,000 for these Cobra Rs because of the rarity, because of the special touches, because of what it means to have an SVT, a true SVT Mustang, with the styling, with the performance. But if it's cars like these that you want to keep seeing on Raiders Rise, these performance cars, and I'm going to kind of move a little so we can kind of get out of the way, because remember, we're live here at the Ford Nationals. This is general admission day, so we got people walking around, and that's all good. I love having people come around, and this is the wonderful Ford display that they have to show off specifically. These cars are normally in Ford's museum. To have them here is really special. Let's, real quick before we sign off, let's show the driver's side. I'm definitely gonna have to zonk these velour cloth interior seats. I know those are Lori's favorite. She loves those. And of course you have to have the tan steering wheel. It wasn't all about having different color materials back then, for sure. But the great news is, I don't know if Lori can showcase through the window here, no back seat. So that's gonna save you about 250 pounds when you think about the sound deadening, when you think about the lack of the AC, the radio controls, all those types of things. It's just nice for people who want extra performance. Ford is there, and they're even there still to this day with the GT500 carbon fiber track package, the GT350R, all that extra performance. You could have it, or you could go just with your standard Mustang GT, and you're still gonna get plenty of performance. But if it's cars like these that you wanna keep seeing on Raiders Rise, these iconic Mustangs, that you just don't come across very often, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Raise Rise merch. Got to give it to my wonderful wife, production manager, videographer, and I'm telling you, she's really loving these Mustangs. It's reminding her back to when her sister had a Fox body Mustang, and the two of them used to smoke them and burn rubber all day long together. So that made it really, really special for her. So thank you, Lori. Show her some love. And I think you got a comment in there. If you want to see Lori do a burnout in a car, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll count them up and maybe we'll make that happen. But just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.